Earthlings, this is your humble Chrome Dome host, Wilson Fernandez. Welcome to another exciting episode of your favorite Sunday infotainment show. That's right, Ang Pinaka. Now, tonight we're listing down some of the most memorable photos of the previous year in the top 10 Ang Pinaka Sikat na Viral Photo ng 2011.
A viral photo is an image that quickly spreads on the internet. Usually, we see it passed on through email or flood our Facebook walls and Twitter feeds. Think of it as a modern-day chainmail.
Yung culture natin na parang mahilig tayo mag-chismis, whether positive or negative. Mahilig nating pag-usapan yung nangyayari. Current events or even on a personal level, di ba?
Perfect venue yun for the internet and for text, kahit yung text. Kasi gusto mong sabihin, pero hindi mo kaya tignan sa mata yung sasabihan mo. Yun. Kaya lumaganap talaga yung muscle ng Pilipinas sa internet. Kasi pwede niya ipahiwatig yung gusto niya sabihin na hindi naiilang sa sitwasyon na kailangan maging prangka.
Ang internet ay parang dinisenyo para sa Pilipino dahil mahilig tayo mag-network, mag-connect, makipag-chat at i-combine mo yan sa friendliness ng internet ngayon sa litrato. Abay, kaya yan ang dahilan kung bakit napakaraming litrato ang ipinopost ng mga Pilipino sa internet.
Welcome to the show, guys. All right, let's start our countdown. Coming in at number 10, planking.
Planking is the act of lying flat on stomach and completely stiff with arms on the side, mimicking a wooden plank. It's done in the most unusual or most public location possible. And of course, photographed for posterity.
Marami ako nakitang litratong ganyan.
At maraming board na may camera. Di ba yung effort ng magpa-plank sa taas ng refrigerator, sa taas ng fire exit? Hindi ko maintindihan din eh.
Minsan, nasa parking lot ka, biglang magugulat ka, mga nagpa-plank at may kumukuha ng pictures.
Planking also became popular last year because it's been used, or rather overused, as a form of protest.
Well, Wilson, kung marami ang di makagets sa planking, mas marami ang di makagets kung ba't may pumatol pang mag-propose ng anti-planking bill. Amazing! Where are you, Wilson? I can't see you.
Reaction din yan sa isang proposed bill ni Representative Winnie Costello eh. Noon yung planking parang mga skateboarders lang yung nagpa-planking, mga bata. Tapos nung nagka-anti-planking law, maraming nang asar.
Yung konsepto, yung ideya ng paghihiga sa publiko bilang isang protesta, matagal nang ginagawa yan sa ibang bansa. Pati rito ginagawa rin yung tawag nga dyan, lie-in, no? Pero higa yun. Ito, nakadapa. So, in that sense, naiiba siya.
You do it in public places eh. Kaya siya naging sikat dahil parang iba naman. Tapos may challenge kasi siya. Dahil may rules nga lang kung ano yung tamang pag-plank at maling pag-plank.
Parang propaganda gimmick din yan na mga nagpo-protesta. Ayan, napag-usapan tuloy, yung planking. Pero minsan, yung kung ano man yung isyong ipinaglalaban ng mga estudyante o yung mga aktivista ay nalilimutan na o hindi pinag-uusapan. Mas pinag-uusapan pa yung planking.
Soon, either as a form of protest or just to ridicule the proposed bill, everybody was planking.
May mga tao na gusto lang talagang maging active dun sa planking community all over the world. Pero wala namang political relation.
It's a creative form of protest. Yan tuloy, nagiging viral yung mga litratong ganyan at pinag-uusapan.
Punta na tayo sa susunod na entry, coming in at number 9, President Pinoy's photo.
This unflattering photo of the president released by Malacanang drew a lot of negative comments online because of the awkward tilt of the president's head, the ashtray and cigarettes, and even the shabby chic wallpaper.
Sa tingin ko kaya siya naging viral kasi medyo malungkot yung office niya. Ang office ng presidente, di ba, maaliwalas, yung mukhang komportable. So, ang comment ng mga tao ay, one, yung wallpaper, parang medyo luma na. Parang panahon pa ni President Cory Aquino.
Oh my God! Si President Pinoy ba talaga yan? Foundation Day ba? Masyado yatang maputi. Chin-chan-su.
Now, some people thought that the floral wallpaper doesn't look presidential, while the almost empty desk seemed to reflect his alleged nobody's home presidency. Whew. Now, talk about a picture painting 1,000 words. Diba?
Kalalaking tao, bakit may flowers sa likod? Pero, kung kakampi mo naman si President Aquino, ang sasabihin mo, ang okay talaga ni President Aquino, walang kaluho-luho, hindi niya inayos yung kwarto. Hindi siya nagpaka-macho guy na black leather lahat dahil bachelor siya.
Yung malaking ashtray at yung sigarilyo na kasi nga, sabi nila, hindi sinisupport ni President Pinoy yung anti-smoking.
Kung makita yan ni Senator Cayetano, Tia, sigurado ako, una niyang pupunain yung ashtray. Kailangan example siya of health. Even niya inaalagaan niya yung health niya. At oh my God, presidente siya, bakit may ashtray doon?
Ang unang reaction ko, kung tunay na work table ito or work desk sa isang parang the usual executive or leader, parang hindi nalalayo yung computer. Di ba? Kasi kailangan mo yan palagi eh. Wala rin akong nakitang iPad. So, maaaring hindi siya dyan talaga nagtatrabaho. Baka pang-interact lang siya para sa mga bisita.
Kung kakampi ako ni President Aquino, sasabihin ko, wow, ang ayos ng desk niya, siguro organized siya. Kung ayoko siya, ano ba yan? Walang laman yung desk, hindi tamad kasi. No? So, nakikita mo kung gaano ka magical talaga ang isang photo. Kasi 10,000 opinion na iba-iba, pero isa lang yung litrato.
Planking at number 10 and President Pinoy's photo at number 9. We gotta pause for a short break, but we'll continue our countdown. The top 10 ang pinaka sikat na viral photo ng 2011. After these reminders, ang pinaka, we shall return. Alright, welcome back, and we're still listing down the top 10 ang pinaka sikat na viral photos of 2011. Coming in at number 8, you know this one, Filipino General's piggyback ride.
The photo shows a Filipino general being carried in someone else's shoulder so he wouldn't get wet when he stepped off a bangka. An American officer, on the other hand, just waded in the water without any help.
Yung stereotype kasi natin ng militar ay malakas, matipuno, leader. At ang mga ayaw mabasa ang medyas kasi parang maarting kolehiyala eh. Ganun, di ba? So, paradox, irony siya ng pagkakaalam natin sa asal ng isang militar, taga-militar, di ba? Kaya siya fascinating. Ayan yung duality ng picture.
Parang may mali dun sa image. Military ka, you're trained to na gumapang sa putik, makipaggerahan, di ba? So, dapat sanay tayo sa dumi, mabasa. Hindi natin kailangan maging maganda kasi iba naman yung trabaho natin. Hindi naman tayo model o artista, di ba?
Maaaring madalas nangyayari yan. Alam mo naman na ang magkaiba yung kultura natin sa Amerikano at tayo kasi, yung mga matataas na opisyal sa atin ay sanay silbihan.
In fairness, baka nga naman bago ang sapatos ni Manong kaya bawal mabasa. Kayo naman, no?
Or, the general was actually a gremlin in disguise who must not, under any circumstance, get wet. Diba? Makes sense.
Di ko din naintindihan.
Malay mo may sugat. malay mo may sugat sa paa na may bandage, na may ointment at hindi pwedeng mabasa. Diba? So, napaka-open nyo to interpretation eh.
Why did the photo become viral?
It says a lot na may parang prima donna sa military. Dapat lalaki ka, military ka, sumaba ka sa umapak ka sa tubig, di ba? Hindi ka naman malulunod dahil mababaw lang naman yung tubig.
Ang dami rin ibig sabihin yan, no? Ang dami rin niyang pinapakita sa atin, yung pagkakaiba ng dalawang kultura. Kasi sa tingin ko, maraming matataas na opisyal sa Pilipinas na okay lang na buhatin ng ganyan, no? Maaari.
I think that yung viral, in a good way, na investigahan nila yung mga ganyang sitwasyon.
Asar ka sa militar, pagkakalat mo yan na may caption sa baba na negative. Kung wala lang sa'yo, wala lang sa'yo. Ako, kung ako yan, sasabihin ko, may sugat ako or what, I don't know, malay mo nga may sugat, di ba? Ang pinaka-magaling na palusot.
Punta na tayo sa susunod na entry coming in at lucky number 7, Batangas sign on the Taal volcano.
Last year, the idea to erect a towering 14-meter-tall Batangas sign on the Taal volcano, similar to the iconic Hollywood sign in Los Angeles, California, was conceived.
Na-interview ko mismo si Governor Vilma Santos at inamin naman niya na pinag-usapan niyang ideya na yan at siya nga mismo gusto nga niyang gawin pero sabi niya kailangan pa nga ng aral.
Maraming nag-react, especially yung mga environmentalists. Kasi, one, parang additional visual pollution. Number 2, bakit tayo manggagaya sa ibang bansa?
Nakakatawa siya kasi mukha talaga siyang kung real life ganyan mo ang pinotoshop. Parang joke, di ba? Parang...
Ay! Hindi ba joke nga yan? Ha? What? You mean totoong proposal pala yan? Oh my goodness!
Sorry, May. Yes, the idea was indeed a bit crazy that it quickly became viral and an outlet for the equally crazy Pinoy sense of humor.
Oh my God!
Maraming natawa dun sa proposal, tapos pinakita nila na kung ito yung gagawin natin, bakit hindi natin gawin sa Bohol? Diba? So, may mga tao nag-photoshop at gumawa ng iba't ibang interpretation sa iba-ibang tourist spots natin dito sa Pilipinas. So, ayun, medyo nakakatawa siya.
Imbis na Batangas ang nilagay dyan, yung iba nilagay nila, mabuhay si Nora.
Napaka-habit natin mga Alaska ng public official eh. But, you know, it's really funny.
What were they thinking in the first place? And how did the idea die a natural death?
Para ma-distinguish daw or ma-inform yung visitor kung nasan yung location nila.
Na ang Taal ay nasa Batangas, hindi sa Tagaytay City, di ba?
Wala pa akong nakakausap o kilala na nagsabi na magandang ideya yan. So, maaring, ewan ko, baka maaring iba yung lumabas kung nag-survey sila. Pero palagi ko napansin din nila na hindi pabor ang public opinion dyan.
Maganda rin dahil naging viral siya. Hindi ito natuloy.
Filipino General's piggyback ride at number 8 and Batangas sign on the Taal volcano at number 7. Duh! Time for another quick break. We'll continue our countdown of the Ang Pinaka sikat na viral photo ng 2011 when Ang Pinaka returns. Tuloy tayo sa paglilista ng top 10 ang pinaka-sikat na viral photo ng 2011. Coming in at number 6, Schoolgirl saves the Philippine flag.
Last July, at the height of Typhoon Waning in Malinao, Albay, Janela Lelis, a 6th grader, saved the Philippine flag from the raging floodwaters.
Mahalagang news photo rin kasi kinunan niya batang yan sa gitna ng isang kalamidad eh. Iba't ibang level ng meaning yan at nakunan din yan sa isang decisive moment kung sa kasabihan ng mga photographer, no? Decisive moment yan eh. Kasi mag-antay ka lang ng ilang segundo, mawawala na yung eksenang yan. Magandang litrato din siya para sa media.
Alam mo, Wilson, ng chika dyan, ha? Inutusan daw si Janela ng Kuya Edsel niya na iligtas ang flag sa baha dahil abala ito sa pag-evacuate sa relatives nila. Aba, dapat may award din si Kuya. Ay, salute you, Kuya.
Now, the photo swept social networking sites and also made it to the evening news. Galing, no? Now, Janela was even awarded a recognition by the National Historical Commission for her selfless act of courage, reflecting love of country.
You're amazing, Janela.
May sinasabi yan tungkol sa spirit ng bata, tungkol sa ugali ng bata, no? Tungkol sa idealismo ng kabataan. Nagbibigay din siya ng pag-asa sa gitna ng isang trahedya, isang kalamidad. Nagbigay ng inspirasyon sa akin.
The flag symbolizes us as a nation, di ba? So, kahit nasa kalamidad tayo, sinisave natin yung what's left of us, which is our being Filipino.
Nakilala rin yung batang yan eh, dahil sa kanyang ginawa. At naging role model din yan, hindi lang para sa kabataan, para sa lahat ng Pilipino, na mahalin yung ating bansa at ang mga simbolo nito.
Punta na tayo sa susunod na entry, halfway there, coming in at number 5, Crocodile Lolong.
Last September, a 21-foot Philippine saltwater crocodile was captured in the Agusan Marsh. It was nicknamed Lolong and is now acknowledged as the world's biggest reptile in captivity.
Maganda rin sa litratong yan, makikita mo yung scale, diba? Makikita mo kung gaano siya kalaki dahil nga doon sa taong sumusukat sa kanya. So, ma-estimate yan ng tumitingin ng litrato kung gaano talaga kalaki yung crocodile na yan.
3 weeks nilang hinunt etong si Lolong. Tapos, nagulat sila nung nakita nila na ganito kalaki yung si Lolong.
Oh my goodness! 21 foot yung si Lolong? Halos 2 taxi ang haba. Oh my, I'm gonna get crazy. Robinson.
That's a lot of bags, di ba, May? Lolong's photo went viral and soon a National Geographic team was in town to document and authenticate the claim that Lolong is, well, the longest.
Oh my God.
Na-authenticate na ng Guinness World Records na siya na yung pinakamalaki, pinakamahabang buhaya in captivity. So, record-breaking yan.
Ayaw ko naman maka-face-to-face ang isang crocodile, di ba? So, yung picture sa internet, ang silbi niya parang second-hand experience for me. And my gosh, di ba? Nakikita mo yung world's largest crocodile in captivity nang hindi ka napapahamak. Diba? Okay yun, di ba?
How did the people react to Lolong's viral photo?
It's a source of pride na may ganyan tayo kalaking crocodile dahil isa siyang simbolo ng ating biodiversity. Ang Pilipinas ay isa sa mga bansa na napakataas ng biodiversity.
So it's more of being proud dun sa city, yung mga tao. And tayo, as a Filipino na may nahanap kaming malaking giant crocodile. Ngayon, ginawa nilang tourist destination si Lolong.
Isa yun sa mga uses ng photo para masaksihan natin ang mga bagay or tao or hayop na otherwise hindi natin masasaksihan or hindi natin makikita sa tanong buhay natin. Yung picture sa internet gives us that experience.
Schoolgirl saves Philippine flag at number 6 and Crocodile Lolong at number 5. Fantastic! 6 down, 4 more to go. We gotta pause. Ang pinaka, we'll be right back. Welcome back! Balik tayo sa paglilista ng top 10 ang pinakasikat na viral photos in 2011. Coming in at number 4, floating DPWH officials.
After the onslaught of Typhoon Pedring, some officials of the Department of Public Works and Highways did some field inspection along Rojas Boulevard. Their picture was photoshopped, which made them appear to be floating over the ruined breakwater.
Kumbaga, nagkaroon ng manipulation ang litrato. Kumbaga, nilipat sila sa ibang lugar o ibang location, pero doon din daw sa Rojas Boulevard. So siguro mas maganda to dahil mas nakikita yung sira at nakikita yung dagat, pero nandun daw talaga yung tatlong opisyal na yan at nag-inspection daw talaga. So bagamat may Photoshop o manipulation yung litrato, hindi naman daw nalalayo sa katotohanan.
Sila yung naglabas ng image na yan. So I think sa Facebook, for a few minutes, nag-up siya. Tapos na-realize nila na mali yung image na nalabas. So they put it down. Pero may mga tao nang nakakita at they grab the image. So may isang blog na rinipost niya yung image na to.
Ayan, Rubilson! Alam mo ba kasi na marami na ang may alam ng Photoshop? Kaya hindi ito nakalusot.
Correct. Now, many people reacted to this viral photo and turned it into another internet meme.
What?
From the image, makikita mo yung tatlong DPWH and then makikita mo sila nasa likod din, walking. So, parang raw, very raw yung pagkagawa. So, you know na hindi ito yung final. Kaso lang, I don't know, accidentally, na-publish nila. So, since mabilis sa internet, mabilis din kumalat.
Maraming nagmanipulate din ng litratong ito at nilagay yung tatlong taong yan, yung tatlong opisyal na yan, sa kung ano-anong eksena. So, nilagay sila sa loob ng mga painting, loob ng mga ibang pamosong litrato, kasama si Rizal, etc. etc.
Poor DPWH officials. Were they, in a way, also victims of cyberbullying?
Medyo nakakaawa rin sila dahil hindi naman nila balak na mangyari ito. Wala naman yata silang utos na gawin ito. At pati raw yung mga pamilya nila parang yun nga, kinakantsawan.
Mga powerful naman na pictures, kaya sila powerful dahil nadidiskaril ka nila eh. Oh, titisod ka sandali, yung utak mo natitisod sandali, tapos kailangan mong mawawapoys ka sandali eh. Either mawawapoys ka either sa tawa, sa asar, or sa lungkot.
Kung ano-ano na batikos yung lumabas, no? Kaya medyo nakakaawa din yung tatlong opisyal na yan dahil hindi naman yata silang nag-utos na gawin ito. Parang diskarte lang ng mga subordinates nila, yung mga ilang workers sa DPWH na maaring maganda yung intention.
Moving along on this countdown, coming in at number 3, Dad weeps over his dead child.
My heart went out to this father. And I think most people, most parents, and maybe most people who saw the picture, whether or not you're a parent, your heart will go out to the father.
After the onslaught of Typhoon Sendong, which brought flash floods and landslides and killed nearly 1,000 people, this photo of a father weeping over his dead child, covered with mud, swept through the social networking sites. It was used as a print ad seeking help and donations for the victims of the disaster.
It's one of the first published photos for that incident. Medyo kumalat siya.
Kadalasan yung nakikita sa mga ganitong klaseng litrato yung nanay, di ba? Parang mother and child eh. Kasi ang nanay usually ang kasama ng mga anak. No? Pero in this case, yung ama. That's why malaki din yung epekto dahil kakaiba siya. At saka yung expression sa muka ng ama. It's universal. Mayaman ka, mahirap ka, kahit anong lahi mo, pare-pareho magiging emotion pag mangyari sa'yo yan.
Naging viral siya dahil sa lakas ng emotions na nahuhugot niya mula sa'yo eh. Halong lungkot, halong yamot sa nag-publish, halong gratitude sa nag-publish dahil sa picture na to, tumulong ako, halong awa, halong ayaw mo tignan, halong lungkot.
Grabe! Yan nga yung una kong nakitang photo sa Facebook tungkol sa mga biktima ng Sendong. Oh, ang bigat.
Yes. Now, the photo drew immediate reactions from people. Everyone wanted to help. It was like ondoy all over again.
Yung kalamidad ng Sendong, maraming namatay at naging simbolo siya ng napakalawak na trahedya. In fact, mas maraming namatay sa Sendong kaysa sa Ondoy. And yet, parang mas tumatak sa isip natin dahil nasa Maynila tayo.
I think the reason why people share this is to ask help. Hindi naging hate, but yung they share to help these people, to spread the word na etong community, this city, Iligan and CDO, needs help from people who can give water, food, shelter, para maka-recover sila from the calamity.
However, the photo also drew flack from some people.
Oo, totoo. Marami nagsasabi, tama na ilabas yung picture na may namatayan ng anak dahil nakakapagpa-react sa mga tao. Mas maraming tutulong, mas maraming matatouch, mas maraming mai-involve dahil ang lakas ng impact ng picture. Pagkita yung mukha, parang mas gusto ko yatang i-prioritize natin yung paggalang dun sa namatay at dun sa namatayan. Tingin ko, more than anyone, yun yung number one priority pag may nasalantang ganito eh.
Gloating DPWH officials at number 4, and father weeps over dead child at number 3. You guys ready for the top 2? Can you handle it? I know you can. Come back. We'll see ya. Alright guys, he was included in our Ang Pinakapatok na viral video list because of his hugely popular Filipino accent tutorials.
In the Filipino love dance, even before actual courting happens, there is the teasing phase. And at this point, I can show her my feelings in a subtle way. I always know. Kilig to the bone. Shocking to the ribs.
Let's welcome Canadian Idol finalist, Filipino-Canadian Mikey Bustos. Woo! Come on, studio audience of 3, clap! Thank you.
Ah, wow. Thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Maraming salamat. I'm very happy to be here, actually.
Okay, well, first question, sir. Ano ang naging inspirasyon mo para gawin ang Filipino accent tutorials? Ano ang nakuha mong feedback tungkol dito?
Well, actually, I grew up Pinoy. Even though I was born and raised in Canada, my parents migrated to Canada in the 70s. And then, I was born there and they raised me with the Pinoy values. So I naturally spoke with a Filipino accent. I learned English from my parents. They have the accent. So I decided in February last year to do the Filipino accent tutorial. And it just exploded. It was amazing. The reaction, mostly positive. Like, I would say 98% positive. Just a few people might have been offended, but when they started to watch my YouTube series of Filipino, the Filipino tutorials, they became very proud. They knew it was about Pinoy pride. So,
nice. Now, quickly though, the accent, is it more from your mom or from your dad? Or a combination of both?
It's actually both. Okay. Because they both speak with a Tagalog accent, pero my Filipino accent sounds more like my mom.
So hers is the thicker accent.
It's the thicker, yes.
It's the thicker.
Yes.
Oh, sige. Okay.
Konting Ibanag and Ilocano too, a little bit. So,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, sige. Same, just like me, my mom. All right, no. Ano ang paboritong mong Filipino word at bakit?
My favorite is nako, because I use it almost every day.
One more time.
Nako?
That's nice.
Parang ganyan.
That's nice.
Nako? It has to go up.
I want that as my avatar for Facebook. Can you shoot that for me later?
Definitely.
All right.
Ako.
All right. And lastly, sir, tungkol saan ang web musical na Prison Dancer at ano ang role mo dito?
It's a musical, all original music. The actors, including myself, were shooting in Toronto last year, and it's coming out March 2012. And the role I play is a character named Christian Baguette Escudero. He's a tricycle driver, and I'm the newest prisoner in the cell.
Please invite ang pinaka-viewers to watch Prison Dance, and of course, the Mikey Bustos we know on the internet. Go for it, sir.
Okay, this is Mikey Bustos. Hola Tinola. Be sure to watch me on Prison Dancer, the interactive web musical. So go on YouTube, watch the trailer, and be sure to watch for it to come out March 2012, this year.
Fancy it? Down to our last two entries. Coming in at number 2, victim takes a photo of his assassin. Amazing!
Just a few seconds after taking this photo of his family, the victim was shot dead. Later on, the police found out that the victim was also able to take a shot of his assassin, who was just in the background.
Magaling siya. I mean, magaling in a sense na very rare nangyayari yung ganitong situation. Wherein, nakuhanan mo yung pagkamatay mo.
Nakakatakot. Parang, kasi kailan ka naman nakakita ng ganun, di ba? Yung kailan ka magiging saksi. Frozen yung moment at that time. Kaya rin tayo fascinated sa pictures dahil mag-freeze siya ng 1 second in time. Tapos after nung 1 second na yon, may nagbago. Tingin ko kaya fascinating tong picture na to Dahil after this second, patay yung kumuha ng picture.
Ito, ang moment na to horrifying. Napaka-horrifying dahil alam natin yung nangyari pagkatapos makunan yung picture na to. Ito na yung pinakahuling litrato ng photographer. At yung kinukunan pa niya ang kanyang pamilya.
Parang sine, pero minsan gano'n naman minsan mas weird yung tunay na buhay kaysa sa sine. Ang corny nga ng mga sine kumpara sa tunay na buhay kung isipin mo
That is definitely amazing, Robelson. Dahil in fairness, nakatulong daw ang photo na ito para mahuli agad ang mga pumaslang sa biktima.
Now, this rare photo amazed people from all over the world that even Time magazine listed it as one of its best viral photos of 2011. Sabay tayo. Amazing!
In a very rare instance, a photo also becomes evidence to a gruesome murder.
Legally speaking, importante siya, mahalaga siya dahil pwede siyang gawing ebidensya laban doon sa pumatay sa kanya.
I think itong picture na to, naging fascinating siya at nirepost. Kakaiba. Kabalintunaan siya Swerte/malas. Kung pulis ka or detective ka or NBI ka, para sa'yo, yung circumstance ng picture na yun, swerte. Pero for the family, imagine naman yung feeling ko ikaw yung kinunan ng picture. Yun yung huling hininga ng loved one mo. Magnificent tong picture na to pagdating sa multi-layer of feelings.
Before we do the big reveal, you know how we do it here. We got to do a quick recap from items 10 to 2.
At number 10, planking. 9, President Pinoy's photo. 8, Filipino general's piggyback ride. 7, Batangas sign on Taal volcano. 6, schoolgirl saves Philippine flag. 5, crocodile lolong. 4, floating DPWH officials. 3, dad weeps over dead child. And 2, victim shoots assassin.
And at number 1, ang nanguna ang pinakasikat na viral photo ng 2011 is the Gloria Macapagal Arroyo mugshots.
These supposed mugshots of a former president show Gloria Arroyo wearing a neck brace after the police formally put her under arrest for electoral sabotage.
Una, linawin natin, hindi yan yung totoong mugshot, di ba? Meron lang nag-photoshop nung pretend person number, inmate number, etc. Or arrest number. At naka-brace siya.
Natawa ako kasi parang bihira kang makakita ng ganong image ng isang presidente.
Maliban sa dating Pangulo yan, ng ating bansa, naka-neck brace pa. So, maraming pwedeng pag-usapan tungkol sa litratong ito.
Yung Filipino people, yung how they comment on this image, parang hindi mo alam kung naaawa ka or... Pero more on nakakatawa siya.
Aro, Diyos ko, parang magpipilihan yata si Madam. Tao, hayop, bagay, furniture?
Well, official or not, these mugshots became viral and even reached international sites.
Unang-una, dapat bang ilabas yan ng media? ano yung public interest. On the one hand, may nagsasabi na wala naman public interest na kaugnay niyan dahil alam naman natin na inaresto yung dating Pangulo at kung ilalabas yan ng media bilang pagpapahiya lang sa kanya.
Parang nakarma siya.
Pag tinitignan mo na ng matagal, halo-halo na yung nararamdaman mo. Partly natatawa ka kasi para siyang Hannibal Lecter. Partly naaawa ka dahil she obviously looks like masakit, no? Ang tamlay ng itsura niya eh. Pangatlo, magagalit ka kasi parang kung ang paningin mo kay President Arroyo ay hindi mahusay yung pamamalakad, magagalit ka dahil parang ginagamit niya to para maawa ka.
Why does it deserve to be our Ang Pinaka?
Parang naging simbolo rin na baka palapit na yung ating lipunan sa isang lipunan kung saan ay nobody is above the law. Pati ang dating Pangulo at maaring ang kasulukuyang Pangulo.
There you have it, our top 10 ang pinakasikat na viral photo ng 2011. Woo! Brings back great memories. Many thanks, of course, to our guest panelistas and to my pop-up comentaristas, May and Betong. Follow us on Twitter. This has been your host, Revilson Fernandez. For comments and suggested topics, email us at angpinaka@gmanetwork.com. This is your show. Write us in. We want to know what you want to watch. And visit our Facebook fan page. Add us up. Next week, get your pens and notepads handy as we list down our next top 10. Dito pa rin sa paboritong lisanang bayan, Ang Pinaka!